Hi, I'm Lara Waldman, the Abundance Activator, author of Money Manifestation Mastery. And today I'm going to speak about growing beyond friends and family. On my journey of money manifestation mastery, growing my business, creating wealth guided by my heart, body, and soul, this beautiful body of work that I facilitate, I have had to overcome a lot of inner obstacles. And the one I want to talk to you about today, growing beyond friends and family, has been something that's created a huge amount of stress for me and has had me spinning my wheels and keeping me frozen when it comes to moving forward in my business. It has been a huge obstacle and barrier that I needed to face and learn to overcome. So I'd like to share a little bit of that journey with you in case it's something that you're dealing with, in case it's something that you are struggling with, and share my process, my journey with how I've learned to grow beyond friends and family and what that means. When I started to develop this body of work that I facilitate now, helping leaders, entrepreneurs, and business owners create wealth in their business and their life, but aligned with their heart, their soul, their body, the planet, their values, a process I call integrated wealth, I had a lot of fears come up. Fears of judgment, fears of criticism, fears of misunderstanding, fears of kickback. And also from that, fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, and fear of being alone. So I've been constantly in this inner tussle or inner fight between my longing for belonging, the longing to fit in, to be part of the community, to be understood, to feel safe, essentially, and what I'm here to do, my purpose, and this great drive to move forward into creating in my business, creating in my life in a whole new way. And I have made the decision to be all in on my purpose work, on who I need to become and what I'm here to do, and move forward with that. It's been a very strong and very clear mission and drive and vision. And really, I've used a huge amount of energy against myself, holding myself back, sabotaging myself, putting the brakes on what I know I'm here to do. And it's been a really interesting journey of sort of one step forward, two steps back, or taking one step and then, going back into hiding. And all the stuff that I share with you, my money blocks that I've had to overcome, I really have learned the hard way. And it's my passion to share as much information with you to help you fast track your learning, fast track your growth, fast track your development. So what I found was that I really needed to be approved of, to be accepted, to be understood in order to feel safe to move forward. And what I found was, especially when it came to some friends and family, I experienced the exact opposite. And at first, this really shocked me. In fact, it devastated me to be judged or criticized or misunderstood by the people that were supposed to support me the most, friends and family. It took me a long time to understand the psychology of this whole experience, this whole phenomenon, and be able to keep moving forward beyond it. But essentially, my path is quite a unique one. I finally realized and accepted that what I do is very niche. It's quite unusual. The path of entrepreneurship, the path of being a business owner, which is the path of constant transformation, of growing, of evolving, of shifting your mindset, shifting your beliefs. I'm passionate about transformation. That was what makes me feel alive and on purpose, excited to adventure in life. And also I have a deep spiritual practice. I'm very psychic and I see energy and I can tap into the soul and inner guidance and all this wonderful stuff, the consciousness of the planet, the consciousness of our businesses, how to create wealth in our lives in a more soulful, heart-aligned way. That's also very niche and quite an unusual approach. So now where I sit, of course, this is not going to be for everyone. It's a very niche path. It's absolutely not everyone's path to be a heart and soul-led entrepreneur who's constantly growing and evolving and changing. But with the best intentions, when I have tools or techniques that I know can help and support people, I want to help everyone, and particularly the ones that I love. I have learned the hard way over and over again that essentially not everyone wants to change. Not everyone wants the tools that I have. Most people seem to want to stay in the world that they know, even if the world they know are causing them pain and problems. Most people aren't able or willing to take that journey into change and transformation. And I have to say, I get that. I understand, because the journey of change and transformation is a very uncomfortable one. It's a painful one, because it means dismantling the world that you've known and entering into a world that you don't know. And all of that is deeply stressful. But what I found, it is 100% worth it and immensely exciting, because then you grow and evolve beyond the old world into the new, beyond past pain and suffering into a whole new world of pleasure and abundance, right? There's so much more available to us. So I'm fully all in on this path. I am very passionate about it. It kicks my ass every day. I find it immensely confronting and uncomfortable, but also incredibly rewarding. And I finally had to accept that most of, my family and friends were not going to take this journey with me. But in the beginning, I was incredibly fragile about this and incredibly fearful about this, because what I needed was their support. What I needed and wanted was their understanding. What I longed for was their unconditional love and support and compassion to understand how hard it was what I was trying to do. But I didn't get that from a lot of people. Some, yes, but not everyone. And I was very offended by this. I was very hurt by this and very confused by this. And I created a lot of stories in my head about it. It seemed to be one or the other. Either I'm in relationship with family and friends, or I'm doing my work. So I really catastrophized in my head, thinking I'm either moving forward with my purpose and my work, and I'm going to be completely alone and unsupported, or I stay in the world that I know, not moving forward with my purpose, not doing what I'm here to do, experiencing kind of love and support, but with sort of half of myself. Because for me to stay where I was to remain half a person, not fully integrated in who I truly am. So I had to make a choice, and it was a very, very painful choice, and a choice that I had to keep making over and over again. And I still have to keep making over and over again, that I choose to be 100% myself, no matter what. And I choose to follow my heart and my soul and my passion and my purpose, no matter what. And I do that with as much grace and ease and kindness and sensitivity as possible, in a non-violent way. And what I know is that I'm here for transformation, to transform the past, right? To transform history, and to transform not only my own trauma and wounding from this life, but ancestral trauma and wounding that we carry within our DNA. I'm very, very passionate about conscious leadership. How are we going to grow and evolve? How are we going to change old wounded systems and structures and build new ones? So what I've realized is that this is heavy lifting work for leaders, for the business owners, for the entrepreneurs, for the professionals who really want to make waves of change in this world. And this is not the path for a lot of people. And that is okay. That is absolutely okay. But what's not okay for me was to hold myself back or limit myself because of those differences. So I had to learn how to hold myself through change, how to create safety for myself so I could keep moving forward, even through judgment, criticism, misunderstanding, kickback, lack of support, etc., etc. And accept the change within myself, and accept other people for who they are and where they are. Now, my wounded healer, a part of myself who wants to help everyone and free everyone from their pain and suffering, really had to learn to understand and accept that just because I had tools and techniques to help people transform through pain and suffering, transform their reality, doesn't mean they want it, right? It has to be consent-based. It has to be something that each individual is actively choosing, of course. And it took me a long time to understand that just because someone is saying that they're in pain and they're in suffering doesn't mean that they want to change, doesn't mean that they're willing to do what it takes to make those changes. So I had to learn acceptance, and that it's not my responsibility to help someone else change. I used to really carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. I felt it was my responsibility to help people change. It was a rescue complex. My therapist helped me discover I had something that we like to call my little Miss Fix-It, wanting to fix, wanting to help, wanting to heal, wanting to change. And that's great. I've got incredibly powerful tools for change and transformation for people that want to change, that are consenting to change, that have invested in that change. And then it's awesome. Then it's wonderful. And then we are in free flow. And then we're doing incredible, incredible work together. But the individual has to want to change. They have to choose to change and then keep choosing that change. And it has been very, very sad for me and hard for me to accept that people that I love and care about aren't necessarily wanting to change or willing to change or going to change. And they just want to stay in the world that they know. This has been a really hard thing for me to accept. I will be very honest with you. But I finally found a place of peace and acceptance, and to allow everyone to choose as they choose and allow everyone to be as they be. And to make sure that I keep moving forward and I don't stop there, right? I don't stop there, and to keep going. So there is a very sort of natural, survival instincts that can kick in. Our need to be part of a community, or the longing for belonging, is a very hardwired need, a very hardwired survival need that can come up on our journey of change and transformation. And this is something that, I've been up against a lot. And the stories I told you, I've gone to stories that really catastrophize that it's one or the other. But I have found that actually moving forward through these fears and moving forward through these reactions that come up for me, I found that mostly they've just been stories in my head. A lot of noise that has leaked a lot of energy, mental energy, emotional energy, and therefore physical energy as well. There's been a huge cost to me. Looping, it's keeping me stuck, it's keeping me looping, mentally looping, getting really emotionally stressed and frustrated. So this has been a really slow and painful journey for me to understand. Finally, on the other side, something incredibly simple, which is that I just keep going and I keep growing, maybe beyond family, beyond old friendships, and to keep growing, evolving, and changing, and allow everyone to be as they be and to do as they do. And if people want to grow and evolve with me and come on this wonderful ride, that's amazing. And if they don't, that's also absolutely fine and okay. And then we'll see, and allow those relationships also to grow and evolve, or not. So the part of me that's wanting to cling on and hold on and keep us all together and be one big happy family, I had to let that go and allow everyone to grow and evolve in their own way, in the way that they choose, or that's aligned for them. And see, and what's super interesting is actually in that letting go, in just showing up as myself and doing what I'm here to do and following my path and allowing everyone to follow their path, change often does happen eventually in time, and sometimes not. But I've found that one of the ways I've had to kind of move forward is to allow myself to grieve the old, to let go, to allow myself to let go to that little Lara who's clinging on and gripping on for dear life to the past, alchemize that past through the present, and then focus on moving forward. So I'm really curious, what's landing for you with what I'm sharing? Can you relate at all, especially if you're an entrepreneur, business owner, doing something slightly unusual in your work, or maybe you're, following this inner guidance, this heart consciousness, this soul's wisdom, and you're moving into the new. You maybe are a path maker, an innovator. You're here to, as a problem solver, to share tools and techniques that you have for this world. And that does mean change and changing into the new. And thank goodness, right? We need that in this world. We need positive change. We need to transform some very old, outdated, wounded systems and structures within and without. And as we are pioneering into the future, understand that not everyone's going to take that journey, and that's okay. What I found personally, it's essential that I have support. So I have my support pillars, my support people, some friends, some family, and colleagues, my team, clients that are here and with me on this journey. And that's been a really, really important piece. Support has been a really, really important piece. That there are a few, doesn't need to be a lot, but there's at least a handful of people that are at my back, have my back, here with me. And so that's been an essential piece for me to be able to move forward. There was a time where I felt completely alone and unsupported in this work and what I was here to do. And that made it very, very hard for me to move forward. So one of the things that I found is that I needed just at least 1-2 handful of support. And that support for me in my life has grown and grown as these essential support pillars that has allowed me to keep moving forward. It's very much teamwork and a co-creation, especially in business. So that's been a piece for me. So I'm curious for you about the support that you have. Do you have support in place to help you on your path, what you're here to do? I think support is a superpower, and it's really important to have a few people in your life that really understand the unique path that you are taking. So as well as making sure that I've had the right support in place, my money manifestation mastery methodology, my daily practice, has been an essential step to keep going. Tapping into that vision, tapping into that soul-aligned guidance, tapping into that future wealthy version of myself, that part that's already overcome these obstacles. Transforming, using my tools and techniques to release and let go of old money blocks, old beliefs, old patterns, old programs, old trauma wounds, releasing that, stepping into that next version of myself and doing my rewire to receive process and practice. So I am still the student of this work that I facilitate, and to keep stepping into the new, holding space for what it is that you want, holding space for where it is that you're going, holding space to release and let go of the old, to grieve into gold, and to allow yourself to acclimatize, to adjust, release the old thoughts, beliefs, stories, and step into that new version of yourself. And that can take time. Some things can shift quite quickly, but there are some things that are simply going to take you some time to get your head around and time to adjust to. But the key is to keep moving forward with aligned action, to keep taking those tiny little baby action steps forward into your future as you transform, heal, alchemize your past. And sometimes it can feel 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, a whole bunch of steps back, but you keep getting back into the saddle. You keep getting back onto the surfboard and getting back into the game. Remember, support is a superpower. That's been a key piece for me. You are never meant to do this alone. You can do some things on your own, but you are absolutely going to need some help as well. And that's not a weakness, it's a strength. So I would love to hear what's coming up for you around this conversation of growing beyond friends and family, the path of growth and evolution that this work, this process is taking you on. Your soul, your heart, your body is growing you into, because you are here to create change and transformation, to pave new pathways, to make waves in this world. And that is not going to mean that everyone in your past is coming with you on this particular adventure. So I would love to know what's coming up for you, and let me know if you have any questions about this. and I look forward to reading in the comments below. If you've enjoyed today's content, please take a moment to like this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to this channel to never miss an episode. We post every week on Wealthy Wednesday, new content to support you with your heart, body, soul aligned wealth creation in business, finances, and in life. And if you would like any more support with this, if you would like to dive deeper into this world of wealth creation, I'd love to invite you to visit the links in the video below. We've got all sorts of events to support you. We've got online wealth retreats. We've got online masterclasses. We've got in-person live events in London, England, if you can come and join us. So if you would like to connect and to receive more support and learn more about money manifestation mastery, creating wealth in your life guided by your heart, body, and soul for entrepreneurs, business owners, and leaders, come check out those links below. And I look forward to diving with you even deeper very soon.